What's up YouTube, the lease guy here. I'm Adam, a leasing expert, making this video today to answer the question, can you modify or put like aftermarket parts like rims and tinted windows on your lease? And if you do, will you get increased value when you bring the car back to the dealer? Hey, look, I got nicer wheels, I got nicer windows, I got a better paint job, whatever it is, a stereo system. Will you get more value out of the car at the end of your lease if you upgrade and modify with aftermarket add-ons? So first off, before I answer that, like I said, my name's Adam. I'm the lease guy. I'm a leasing expert. My expertise comes from over 10 years of experience on the bank side. I don't work for the dealer. I work for the finance company. So I work for the bank, or have worked for the bank that owns the car you're leasing, who you make the payments to, who the contract is actually written for, and who buys the car from the dealer. There's a big misconception, I think, with leasing, because you get the car from the dealer, take it back to the dealer, that the dealer is who you're leasing it from, and that's not the case. The bank buys the car, just like when you finance it, but on a lease, they own the car. So let's get to your question, can you modify a lease? The short answer is no. Why would you do that? Why would you put rims on a rental car? Why would you put a stereo system on a rental car? If you rented property like an apartment or a house or anything like that, would you redo the bathroom? Would you put on an addition? Would you add a new room? Would you redo the floors? And like, no, of course not. You don't own that. Why would you spend the money to upgrade it? And on a leased car, that makes no sense, right? I mean, there is a way though. So don't completely lose hope. I'll touch on the end. There is a way that you can add things on. I'll tell you at the end, but primarily my answer to this question is no. And I mean, it's kind of, a lot of people make assumptions where you think, hey, it's gonna be worth more now because of these, but that's not how they see it. They want the car back exactly the way they gave it to you. Stock rims, stock everything. So if you're going to buy rims and put them on, you better keep those tires and wheels that you had originally on the car and swap them out before you bring the car back to the dealership, because you need the original tires and rims. So you need to hold on to those, otherwise you'll be paying to replace all of that. I'm sure the lease may come with some kind of an allowance for damage, but there's no way it's going to cover 4 rims, 4 tires. We're talking thousands of dollars. So if you put aftermarket rims on a lease, you better have those originals to put back on before you bring back to the car. So, and that also goes for any kind of modification you make to the vehicle. Let's say you want to put a trailer hitch. I don't know. You need to pull a trailer, so be it. Anything you put on, you take off. If it wasn't on there when you leased it, you take it off before you bring it back. Now here's the catch. If taking off the thing you put on before you leased it causes damage, you're responsible for the damage. So you need a fix, or a trailer hitch, or there's no holes in the bumper, it's all patched up and back to new, right? So that's one thing. Anything you put on, you take off, and you better be sure that you fix any damage taking it off causes, because you're not going to get any value. They're not going to give you anything extra. If you bring back with something else on the car, they're just going to charge you for not having the car as it was when you leased it. Now, let's circle back around, and I did say at the beginning that there could be a way. All right, like I said, there is a way possibly that you can put some aftermarket parts on a lease vehicle. I don't know why you would, but if you really wanted to, you have to build it into the contract, right? So the bank who is leasing you the car, who's buying the car for you, is buying these aftermarket parts. So that means the dealer's selling the rims, the dealer's selling the extra package, whatever, the stereo system, whatever you want is added into the car at the dealership, and the company that you're leasing it from buys it as part of the car purchase. So then it's financed, it's built into the contract as part of the value of the car the bank is actually buying. Now, if you did something like that, you don't then own any of that's just like the lease. You're renting all of it. So all those extra add-ins you paid to have added onto the car, you're just renting them. So when you bring the car back, they better be on the car, right? Those are the situation. You cannot take them off because they don't belong to you. You added them to the rental, you better bring it back. It's part of the lease. And that's the exception. You don't ever want to lease the car, leave the dealership, add something on afterwards, because then you have to take it off. But if it's added on by the dealer, then you bring it back with it on there. And you're not going to get any extra value, right? Because it's already factored into the price of the car that's already been paid for. So it's not like you get any bonus. It's just if you really have money to burn and you want those things on your lease. Really, for me as a leasing expert and someone who works in leasing and talks to people who lease the cars and My advice would be, if you're somebody who's really into aftermarket modifications and you need the coolest rims and the best stereo system, leasing probably isn't for you, and you probably already know that. If you're souping up cars and making changes and mods and you're really into all that stuff, you're probably doing that to a car you own. So, it's really not smart to do this on a lease. A lease is just a rental. It's a vehicle to drive, to get from point A to point B, and it wouldn't be my recommendation to do anything like that on a lease. I don't on any of my cars that I lease. So once again, my name's Adam. I'm like I said, I've been working in leases and on the finance side. I think I bring a unique perspective to this space here on YouTube. I'm just getting started. I'm brand new at this. I've been watching a lot of videos in this niche. And from what I see is it comes a lot from dealer experience, people who have car sales on the dealer side, which is very valuable and it's good to know from a dealer's perspective. But I think what I have to offer is a little bit more in depth and a little bit better understanding of the contract, how it works, how it's written, who you're responsible for the car, what you can and can't do with the car, what the contract actually says, not what the dealer tells you. And so I'm going to be bringing a lot of content, I think, with just this, what I know. So if you have any questions about leasing, about anything that's going on with your lease, please drop a like and put a comment. And this video here today I'm making based on a comment I got in one of my previous videos. Somebody asked me the question, will I get some extra value if I put rims on my lease when I bring it back in? Here we go, there's your answer. So I have a wealth of knowledge. I have a whole bunch of topics I can cover, from totaling the car to selling and trading the car, to how the contract works, how the rent charge works, finance fees, depreciation, how it's all put together, what you can and can't do with the car. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of things we can talk about, and I will be coming back to you on a regular basis, I think at least once a week, if not more, with a different topic, a different set of information that I think will help you. So please, if you like this, hit like, subscribe, come back for more. I'll see you soon. Have a great day, YouTube. Bye-bye.